going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Exchange. After a week off, my name is Brad, back with Tim as usual.
Yes, sir.
This episode, man, what a wild divisional round
Crazy
of the NFL playoffs. We're going to go through all of those and preview the divisional championship games.
Yep. We're going to start off with a banger.
Bang! They were all bangers this weekend.
Well, no, we're going to start off with the Cincinnati Bengals against the,
The Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans.
Come on, Tim.
I know. It's late. So not many scoring opportunities going on forward? Field goals.
I would have thought that Cincinnati probably would have scored a little more. But, I mean, the Titans also got Derrick Henry back this week. Didn't look quite like himself.
No. He still looked good coming back from that injury.
Yeah, he still looked good, but it wasn't the usual. In the second half of games, normally
when you turn it on, wear down defenses.
Right. They wear it down. They wear down the defenses with him, and then he starts breaking off the big runs, the 20s, the 30-yard runs, and you just didn't see that happen against this Bengals defense.
No, not at all. And shout out to the Bengals defense, though, for shutting that down.
Yeah.
It wasn't just because Henry didn't do it. No, he couldn't do it because the Bengals set up to shut him down, and they did.
There were a couple of drives where you really thought Derrick Henry was going to get going.
Yeah.
And, they gave him a couple, 9, 11, those type of runs. They gave up a couple of those.
Yep.
But then you'd see him tighten down. Next thing you know, they're getting to him in the backfield. You know, they never let him get a consistent pace going. And I really think that hindered that Tennessee Titans offense.
Yeah.
And
not many sacks, but enough pressure, enough hurries.
Yep.
Get him out of the pocket, which Tannehill's not mostly out of the pocket passer.
No, he is definitely not the most mobile guy.
No.
That you think of when you think about the quarterback position.
Yeah.
But normally that offensive line holds up pretty well, and that Cincinnati Bengals defense really came to play. And I was really impressed. I picked the Bengals to win this game.
Did you?
So I was excited. Plus, I really like Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So he's so cool, calm, collected about everything, and it never seems like the moment is too big for him. He stays level-headed.
Like he's been there before.
Exactly. And he keeps his teammates believing, regardless of if they're down 10 or whatever. He keeps his team believing that they can still come back and win.
Right.
And that is a sign of a great leader.
Exactly. But Titans came back and made it a game. A.J. Brown had a heck of a game.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially that one catch in the end zone. I don't know how he came with it. He just sat right there in his hand.
Yeah, that's some of these guys. Some of these guys in the NFL, it's amazing some of the catches that they can make. And I know we're talking about the Bengals and the Titans, but you had 2, 3, if you want to count Julio Jones, who's not quite in his prime anymore. But you had 3, one maybe previous superstar, and 2 superstar wide receivers playing in this game with Jamar Chase and A.J. Brown, and then Julio Jones as aforementioned. But man, it wasn't super exciting.
Until, I don't know, that last drive.
The last drive, yes.
Yep. I was on the edge of my seat just like I am right now, I'm calling this man. They're like, you watching this? Yeah, he's watching it. No, I thought for sure.
I gotta say, to end kind of the talk about this game, because the Bengals ended up winning. What was the score? Final score?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, it was like 16-19.
Yeah, 19-16. Yep, that was it. But
see, I say I don't know, but I know.
But Evan McPherson, the kicker for the Bengals, on his way out. This has to be the most cold-blooded kicker I've ever heard in my life. Walking out to kick the game winner, walks by Joe Burrow and goes, well, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship game. And then goes and kicks the game winner to send him to the AFC Championship game.
I mean...
Unbelievable.
And isn't he a rookie?
A rookie out of Florida.
The ball's on that kid.
That's got to be the most cold-blooded statement I've ever heard.
Yeah. But I got some stats for the game. But like you said, Evan McPherson, he had 4 field goals that game. 38, 45, 54, and the game winner was a 52. That's not one you just go out there and looks like we're going to the AFC Championship. That's still a 52-yarder.
Yeah. I mean, the kid made his money in that game alone.
Yeah. I mean, he probably will be a Bengal for his career if he just keeps
Hopefully. He's a dang good kicker.
Yeah. But Burrow ended the game 28-37 with 348 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Joe Mixon, 14 carries, 54 yards, 1 touchdown, and Jamar Chase, 5 receptions, 109 yards. 5 receptions, and you get 109 yards. And a lot of them were screen passes, and then he ran for like 40, 60 yards.
Yeah, I think he had the one screen that went, 62 yards, something like that, somewhere in that range. Like, I think that was his first catch of the game. So I mean, a majority of his catch or of his yardage came on that one play.
Right.
But you had to think that the Titans were going to try to take Jamar Chase away, which is exactly why he only has 5 catches.
Right.
But they had to turn their attention to him after he broke a fucking 62-yard screen pass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he is. Everybody in the preseason had such worries about Jamar Chase because he had some drops in the preseason, and then he makes a quote about the fact that college footballs have the white stripe so you can see them better, and then he goes on and just crushes the record books. Yeah,
dominates all the rookie wide receivers and a lot of the veteran receivers numbers.
Oh yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals need to make sure that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are Bengals for life.
Yeah.
And they will have a very strong chance of having a top-tier offense for the next 10 years.
Yeah, just got to make sure you shore up the offensive line, get some other secondary weapons in there, shore up the defense, because the defense is a little shaky.
A little shaky.
I think if that performance was against anyone else, I think it would have been a little different, only putting up 19 points.
They definitely have a different challenge coming up this week.
Oh, yeah, and we'll get to that. But on the other side of the ball, Ryan Tannehill was 15-24, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. I think it was the first or second play of the game he threw the interception.
First.
It was the first play of the game. Yeah, because I just sat down and I saw the interception, went to commercial.
Oh, maybe it wasn't the first. It was the first drive.
Yeah, I know it's the first drive. I didn't know it was the first play. Derrick Henry, 20 carries, only 62 yards, and the 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown, 5 receptions, 142 yards, and 1 touchdown. Solid day.
The stats seem to be there for all the big name players, except for Derrick Henry, because you would have thought more. But all of the stats seem to be there. And the defense has just kind of stepped up when they needed to and turned it into this low-scoring game that everybody's seen. Obviously, the Bengals kicked 4 field goals.
Yeah, which that was expected because Tennessee's got a stout defense.
They do, but you would have thought that, you'd have thought Jamar Chase would have had at least a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to give credit to the defenses. Like I said, the end of the game was super exciting. It wasn't like a thriller throughout. I mean, the game was close, obviously.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a thriller.
Yeah, I got you.
Like a game where
through and through,
yeah. So we have a couple of them coming up here.
Yeah.
that were quite thrilling.
Yeah. But next up, we got the 49ers and Packers.
And I am so excited about
So
this
excited.
one.
No pack, no.
I'm pretty sure I've reiterated this. I'm not a huge NFL guy, but I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I throw myself in there as a Bears fan because of Justin Fields,
Mm.
and I know you as a Lions fan. Both of us were happy
Yeah, we were happy.
with the result of this game.
And then I don't know if you watched the last episode that me and my wife did. She had to take your spot. She's not a fan of Aaron Rodgers either.
The only people that are Packer
lied.
fans.
Because he lied about the whole vaccination thing. Like, you know, Caitlin, you lie, you're done.
Yeah. The only people I know that like Aaron Rodgers are Packer fans. And they might not like him for too much longer.
Yeah. So the first drive of the game, the Packers looked like they were just going to take care of business.
Yeah.
I think it was like 8 or 10 play drive, and they went 75 yards.
Score a touchdown.
Touchdown. Easy. And I was just sitting back like, oh, here we go. This is going to be Aaron Rodgers' year. Because he looked like it.
Yeah. Which I thought... I didn't see the 49ers being able to pull this off.
No.
The way the Packers had been playing up to this point, I didn't think there was any way the 49ers stood a chance going to Lambeau.
Yeah. I didn't know we were all to sit back.
Yeah. I figured we'd relax a little bit today. But I didn't think they could go to Lambeau, being from Cali, go there and pull off a stunner.
I don't think they would have if they didn't block that punt.
No, so they blocked a field goal.
Yep.
And then, like, their offense, they're going to need a lot of offense this weekend.
And Jimmy was hurt. He had the injury to his wrist or hand.
Yep. But, man, the 49ers just could not move the ball.
No. Until that last drive.
Yeah, until the last drive. I don't know what it is about these teams. When it comes crunch time, you know, I need a game-winning field goal. Cool, we'll get you there.
Yeah.
And they drive right down the field, get in field goal position, kick the game winner.
Yeah.
Did you know, fun fact,
Yeah.
did you know that Robbie Gould has never missed a kick in the playoffs?
Really?
Not a field goal, not an extra point. Never missed one. I think he's like 20 for 20 on field
I
goals.
was gonna say he's probably hasn't been in that many playoff games. He's with the Bears. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So he's 20 for 20 on field goals.
Yeah.
And I think like 35 for 35 on extra points.
All right.
Yeah, so a little fun fact.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But no, the Packers, I expected so much more out of the Packers.
Oh, me too. If I would have bet on that game, I would have bet the Packers for sure.
Everybody would have.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be pretty ballsy to place a bet on the 49ers going into Lambeau. What was the temperature? Like,
I was below freezing.
yeah. Who would have ever thought that a bunch of guys from California out there in the freaking sunshine and shorts were going to come into the frozen tundra and knock the number one seed out?
No, it blew my mind.
Yeah, unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned.
I mean, what surprised me more is Green Bay didn't score another touchdown after that first drive.
I know.
What was going on with that? Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones. I'm not sure if Scantling was playing or not.
That I don't know. But he had Randall Cobb back.
Yeah. I don't get it with that offense.
They didn't look anything like
Like,
the
did
last
that week
few
off
days.
throw them off?
I mean, it must have.
Or the last game against Detroit, because they didn't win that one either.
Right. And it's like, some teams, you get that week off and it hurts you
Mm-hmm.
because you've been in that groove of playing every week. And, a lot of teams look at it as a positive because, okay, I can rest some guys, get everybody healthy, and we'll be full strength
Yeah.
when we got to play.
It's
But I think after playing a 17-game long season, I think it just kind of takes you out of that rhythm.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it didn't work for either number 1 seed.
No, it did not. So, I don't know. The way it looks right now, it looks like playing in the wild card was the way to go.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not much stats to go off on this one. I mean, Jimmy G was 11 of 19 for 131 yards, 1 interception. Liza Mitchell, 17 carries, 53 yards. And Rodgers, 20 of 29, 225, no touchdowns. Devontae Adams, 9 receptions, 90 yards. Those were the top performers of that game.
That just, man, that blows my mind.
It's definitely an NFC looking stat.
Oh, yeah.
Just because we're nowhere near the AFC's
no
firepower with offenses over there.
No. And that game's coming up with the firepower. That.
Oh, we got a.
I know. I want to talk about it so bad.
Yeah, well, we got to talk about Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. I don't know about you, that one made me happy as well.
So, I was calling you during this game.
Yep.
Or you called me.
We talked for about the last quarter on the phone.
And it was 27-3. And we were like, oh, yeah, this is a great game. Like, Tom Brady's not going back to the Super Bowl. This is great.
Yeah.
And then there's another part of the conversation.
Maybe we're just jinxes because we talked on the phone the whole time.
And we mentioned, well, Tom Brady came back from a 28-3 deficit.
Yep.
And sure enough, this SOB came back.
And
tied it with, what, 19 seconds left?
Was it 19?
It was something like that.
Yeah, I know there wasn't much. No, it was 40. 40 seconds.
Was it 40? Okay.
Yeah, 40.
I know there wasn't much because...
No, it was less than a minute for sure. And that's the you just had this feeling like after was it their first drive of the second half, the Rams go down, score a touchdown.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, feeling good. Shut down. Like, it's almost like they tried to get too cute. It's like they tried the clock management from like 13 minutes on.
Yeah.
And
well, they started that in the third quarter, like 10 minutes ago. Like, after they got the ball back, after their touchdown.
yeah, they were just trying to run.
Yeah.
And, okay, I get it. I mean, Cam Akers has the potential to be a really good running back in this league.
If he can hold on to the ball.
Yeah, if he can hold on to the ball. I mean,
2 crucial fumbles.
Crucial. Like, 1, down in the red zone. Going in for a score. Fumble.
It almost looked like he was down. The head was almost touching before that ball started coming out.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, crucial fumble in the red zone. Crucial fumble, trying to run the clock out.
All you had to do was get a first down.
Yeah.
And they were, 4 or 5 yards away from it?
Yeah.
And he fumbles the ball at their own 30-yard line to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And the Buccaneers.
Yep. So, at that point, I'm thinking, good Lord, like, don't let this happen again. Because that's all we're going to hear about is, Super Bowl, Tom Brady came back from whatever deficit he was there. Tom Brady comes back from a 27-3 deficit. Like, I didn't want to hear that narrative.
Everybody was going to be talking about it.
Like, we get it. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever play. We get it.
We've already said it. We don't need to see him in another Super Bowl.
We get it. And it's like, I was like, come on, just And then they tied it, and I'm like, if it goes in overtime, it's over. It's over. If they go in overtime, Bucks are moving on.
Yep. But good old
Matthew
Matthew
Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
See, all those years in Detroit, with all those fourth quarter comebacks, Matthew Stafford led the Lions. Came handy.
I don't know if I'd give any credit to the Detroit Lions. I mean,
I'm giving credit to Stafford when he was with the Lions, getting that practice in, because he had like 12 fourth quarter comebacks, and a lot of them were within a minute.
yeah. And
I
gotta ask one question.
Yeah.
How in the heck, if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, do you just let Cooper Kupp run by you?
I said the exact same thing because I was on the phone with you. I was like, how do you even let him go? You got to be in a prevent.
So they sent a corner blitz. They sent a corner blitz, which let Cooper Kupp come off the line all by himself.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And the safety
defense coordinator, Todd Bowles.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Come on, man.
And the safety had cheated up, so when Cooper Kupp got to him, he was then on his heels.
Yeah.
And you weren't going to keep up with him at that point.
Nope.
And Matt Stafford laid out a
beautiful
pass to set up the, who was it, Matt Guy? Is that the Rams catcher's name? I think it's Matt Guy.
Yeah. Matt Guy or Matt Gay?
Ooh, could be Gay.
Yeah.
One of those. But, man, another game that
nail biter
comes down to the wire, turned into something you never in your wildest dreams would have thought about. I mean,
no.
I guess, like we said earlier, Tom Brady. I mean, it's just
because we've seen it so many times.
Yeah, it's just kind of what he does.
How about you just take the lead and keep it? Why you gotta be so dramatic about it?
Well, he's lost this one.
Yeah, I know.
So congratulations.
Yeah.
To the Los Angeles Rams on dethroning the reigning champs.
Oh yeah.
So back a couple episodes ago, it's probably a few episodes ago now, we had the topic. Who had more pressure on him this offseason? Matt Stafford or Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Stafford has any pressure on him anymore.
No, he's already proved he can win a playoff game. And he can win on the big stages against great competition.
And he can come in the clutch.
Yes. Which, watching him play in Detroit, I kind of figured he would. Because we all saw the talent in Detroit. It was there.
The way they were playing in the second half, I don't know if I necessarily seen it coming because they were just so lethargic in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Terrible play call.
Pretty sure it won't happen again.
No.
Against the 49ers.
No, they're going to keep their foot on the gas.
Yeah. You can't do it against San Francisco because guess what? 2 or 3 weeks ago, you did that. You had a big lead against the 49ers. You let them come back, and you lost 24-27. You can't do it. They have a reputation to do it, apparently, of letting up in the second half when they get a lead. Can't do it.
I think this...
Keep the foot on the throat until the clock stops.
I think with two teams in the NFC Championship game, I think you got to say the NFC West is the toughest division in football.
Oh, yeah, it's been tough. We've known that since the beginning of the season.
But here is another little tidbit. The 49ers have beat the Rams the last 6 times that they played.
Yep.
So keep that in mind for an upcoming preview. So, give me some stats on this one.
All right, I got some stats. Let's see. Stafford, pretty decent day. 28 of 38, 366 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp, amazing day. Only 9 receptions, 183 yards.
The dude's a monster.
And he only had 1 touchdown.
The dude's a monster.
He's just a contributor. He's an X factor. He doesn't need to score, but he can put up numbers like no other.
Oh, yeah. And they feed him.
Yeah.
Feed him.
Tom Brady was 30 of 54, 329 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Leonard Fournette, 13 carries, 51 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Right there's your problem. Didn't run the ball enough.
I don't think they could.
No, they couldn't. No, they couldn't.
They were playing the game mostly behind, so
Yeah.
you got to throw it. You can't just...
That old arm on Tom Brady's probably got tired there.
Yeah. But yeah, the Rams are going back to the NFC Championship.
Yep.
Last time they were there, back in 2018, against the New Orleans Saints. You remember that game?
I don't remember it
Horrible,
vividly.
bad, no-call pass interference.
Yes. Yep. I remember that one. I remember the
That
pass
was a
interference.
horrible call.
Terrible.
Like, robbed Sean Payton and Drew Brees out of a
Yeah, it did.
Super Bowl.
I was upset about that one.
I was, because that was going to be Drew Brees' calling. Like, I think if he would have won the Super Bowl that year,
he probably
he wouldn't have came back.
Yep. That was an upsetting one.
That was an upsetting one.
So, we've covered 3 of them. So now
we're here to your favorite game of the weekend.
good Lord, drove me bonkers. We're going to get into the Bills and the Chiefs game, which honestly could have been a Super Bowl in itself.
Yeah.
If a Super Bowl plays out like this game did, good Lord, the ratings will be through the roof.
Yep. Just go ahead and put the Bills in the NFC. I mean, I'm pretty sure they would make it to the Super Bowl.
I couldn't believe this game as I was watching it. Yeah. Two of the top 4 quarterbacks in the league just throwing haymakers.
Yeah.
Haymakers.
I actually got a little fun fact for you
Okay. Right.
for this game. So, both quarterbacks threw for at least 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, completed over 70% of their passes without an interception, and also led their team in rushing yards with at least 65 yards.
Really?
They're the only 2 quarterbacks in NFL history, regular season and playoffs, to ever accomplish that.
I got another fun fact for you.
And we watched it in the same game.
I got another fun fact for you.
What's that?
This game was the first game in NFL history where both quarterbacks finished with above 90 QBRs.
Oh, they were both above 90?
Yep.
Nice. Well, yeah, I mean, you throw for over 70% accuracy, your QBR should be...
You had almost 800 yards of passing in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just,
And hardly any rushing yards.
Yeah, hardly any. But, man, it was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, no horse in the race, just sitting there watching a freaking slugfest.
It reminded me of a college game.
Yeah.
Just watching pros in a college game.
Yep. Running up and down the field. And just when you thought, because it was a back and forth type game.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs go down, score, take the lead. Man, you're like, all right, Bills are out. Like,
Yeah.
No way. God, what's his name?
Who?
Number 13, Davis for the Bills.
Oh.
Had himself a monster game. 8 receptions, 202 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Gabriel Davis?
Yeah. They couldn't stop him.
No.
And
He had all Josh Allen's 4 touchdowns.
yep. So, like I said, just when you think the Chiefs go down, score with a minute to go, you're like, there's no way.
Yeah.
The Bills are done. Nope. Josh Allen drives him down there on the drive of his life. Goes down, throws his fourth touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Puts the Bills back up with 13 seconds to go. 13, Tim. But here comes
and I hate it because
the magic man, Patrick Mahomes. Cool, calm, collected. Two plays it took them to go from the 25 to within field goal range, which Harrison Butker has one of the biggest legs
yeah, he does.
in the league. But you started off with what, a 19-yarder to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, and then how do you leave Travis Kelce open down the middle of the field?
That's
the same thing, Cooper Kupp. You just let
exactly.
it go.
Yeah, I mean,
Travis Kelce. Oh, there goes Travis. Hope we don't catch the ball. Oh, there it goes.
And that's the thing. He just ran like a little. He ran like a freaking little 10-yard hitch.
Yeah.
Caught the ball and then ran for another 15. It's like, I understand you were probably trying to play prevent defense. I get it, but when you got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman, all the speed and athleticism that they have on that team, you can't just let them run free.
Can't do it.
And I think we were talking on the phone at the end of this game.
We were talking on the phone this one. All the way up until it ended.
And we said, because obviously Harrison Butker goes out, kicks the game-tying field goal.
Yeah.
And we said it right then and there. Whoever wins the coin toss is going to win this game.
And that was Josh Allen's first mistake of the whole game.
Yeah, calling tails.
Yeah, said tails, should have said heads. First mistake, and only mistake, is the one that cost him the game.
Yep. But that throw to Travis Kelce in the corner of the end zone was
perfect.
Perfect. Pinpoint.
Yeah.
You couldn't have painted it any better. It was spot on.
The better team won that game. Their margins are so close.
Yeah. This is a budding rivalry for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe not 20, but at least 15.
Yeah. When I don't know. I got a bold prediction.
Okay. Let's hear it.
All right. Bold prediction of the week. And it's not going to happen for some time, I don't think. But the style that Josh Allen plays, where he plays that running quarterback or bootlegging all the time.
Yep.
His time to shine is not as long as these other quarterbacks.
Not as long as the pocket passers, but Patrick Mahomes is the same way.
Well, he's also got a lot of weapons.
He does.
And I think Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs, Devin Singletary, and Gabriel Davis. But I don't know. I just don't see him. Like, if he's going to win a Super Bowl, it's got to be within the next 4 or 5 years. After 5 years, I don't think it's going to happen.
It depends on how beat up he gets.
Yeah.
Which, that's one thing that he needs to learn to do. Like, if he's in the open field, he'll slide. But if he's going towards the sideline, he's going to lower the boom.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And you're not going to be sustainable in the league like that, not at the quarterback position. I mean, could you imagine one time he just lowers his shoulder and then knocks it out?
Yeah.
Like, that could end your career right there.
Right.
So, yeah, he's got to be smarter when he runs the ball. Like I said, when he's in the middle of the field, he normally gets down and, slides.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if he's on the sideline, like, I don't know what the heck's the difference between the middle of the field and the sideline, but he fights for as much yardage as he can get.
Yeah, and you love it. It's also your quarterback.
Right.
And I don't even know who the backup is.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, good Lord. You can't lose Josh Allen. Buffalo fans, you know that. Chicago fans, you know that. I didn't mean to hate on Mitchell like that.
Oh, you did. But no, what a game! Like on the edge of your seat for basically the entirety of it.
And it was second year in a row. The game last year was like that.
Yeah,
It was just a nail biter, back and forth, back and forth. And I thought after last year, Stephon Diggs standing on the field watching the celebration, I thought this was the year Stephon Diggs was going to be up on the podium.
I had picked the Bills to win this game as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what led me to that.
I picked it because I like seeing different teams in the Super Bowl.
Well, right. Yeah.
And Patrick's been there. He's been to what, 4 straight AFC championships?
Yes.
I'd rather see someone else.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Plus
like
the
Patrick
Bengals
Mahomes.
and the Bills, that'd have been a great AFC championship.
It would have. It would have been a great championship game. Unfortunately, that's not what we get.
That's not what we get. At least we still get the Bengals. I rooted for the Bengals. They're in.
I'm pulling for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Joe.
Joey B.
Oh, man. All right, so I do got some stats for this one if you want to hear them.
Let's go.
All right, so Josh Allen's 27-37, 329 yards, 4 touchdowns. Devin Singletary had 10 carries, only got 26 yards and with 1 touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 8 receptions. And once again, only 8 receptions, 201 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Like you said, monster game. Monster game. And a monster dude. The dude's big.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Kansas City side, Patrick Mahomes.
He's a real good compliment to
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, for real.
Patrick Mahomes, 33 of 44, 378 yards, 3 touchdowns. Edwards-Helaire, 7 carries, 60 yards. And Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions, 150 yards, 1 touchdown.
I got to ask you if
Wow.
you've seen something during the game.
All right.
Did you see Stephon Diggs lay out that fan?
Yes. And apparently that fan got the $1,000 from the bet.
Well, I sure hope so, because he needed some for bail money, I bet.
I saw the TikTok. $1,000. Oh, yeah, just go down there, spend the night, drop that. Okay. Sure enough, next clip, he's running out there and Stephon Diggs, bam.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But no, like I said, what a game. You couldn't have asked for any more in the divisional round.
No.
You know, you had 3 game-winning field goals and an overtime game. Like,
Love it.
That's got to be the best weekend of NFL football
The best.
ever. So now that we have recapped
Yeah. Recap the division
divisional
round.
round,
Let's go into the championship round.
into the championship round.
So you want to start with NFC or AFC?
Let's start with the AFC.
All right. Of course, not the page I have. Bengals Chiefs.
Like I said earlier,
I know you want the Bengals.
I want the Bengals. I just don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah. So the last time the Bengals were in the AFC Championship, do you know when the last time was?
Probably 40 years ago.
1989.
Oh, okay. So, not that long ago, because I'm only 33. So, at least I was alive.
Yeah, you were alive.
Woo!
As we know, the Chiefs' last AFC Championship was last year.
Yep, last year.
All right. So I wrote down some questions.
All right.
Can Burrow and company keep up with the firing power we know Kansas City has?
Whew.
Because I don't think Cincinnati's defense can shut down their offense. Do they have enough firing power to keep up?
They have the potential.
Okay.
They have the potential to keep up. I think if they can get in a rhythm early in this game,
Yeah.
I think they have the potential to keep up with them. Like I said, I want the Bengals to win. I don't see it happening.
We said that about Georgia against Alabama.
That's very true as well. My legs will say that. But I hope they can. Like I said, if they get in a rhythm early, I think they can keep it close. But man, the firepower Cincinnati had, or that Kansas City has, is just, it's unworldly right now.
Yeah, because we just saw what they did to the number one defense in the AFC.
Right.
Or almost the NFL.
No, the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were the number one overall defense in the NFL. Yeah.
And we just saw what they did to them. They wore them down.
Yeah.
Like, totally wore them down.
That's the thing about the Chiefs, man. Like, they have so many options. If you take away Tyreek Hill, you're getting Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
If you take away Travis Kelce, you're getting Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
And if you take away both of them, you got McCole Hardman that can just fake out a defender and take it 65 yards for the house. I mean, there's so many weapons.
Right.
There's so much speed. I should put it that way. There's so much speed on that team. It's almost unfair.
Right. So, if the Bengals do pull this off, what are you seeing because of their offense keeping up with Kansas City's, or the defense comes up with a crucial stop?
I'm going to go with the defense because I think their offense can score enough. I'm going to go with the defense getting a stop.
Yeah.
They're going to have to. That's how it's going to have to play
so
out.
So how do you see them stopping Kansas City? Or slowing them down? You're not going to stop them. You can't do it.
I mean, I would rather die by the run game in this game.
Should just make them run. Just put
I would
six back, line up five on the line.
I would just try to rush four as much as you can. Rush four as much as you can. Try to get pressure, but you have to keep Patrick Mahomes contained.
Which is hard to do with only four linemen.
That's also very true. Which is, feel like I'm going to contradict myself this entire conversation.
That's what I tried to do.
But I think you gotta have to try to make them beat you running the football.
Yeah.
I think that's what you have to try to do. If you can't make them beat you running, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Like, they're going to have to stop Patrick Mahomes getting those deep plays or getting Kelce going on those little, what do you call them? Like little post out
hitches.
Yeah.
But he can also run a seam route. And...
Yeah, oh yeah. He's a dual threat tight end.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And I hate it. I hate it.
I like it.
I don't hate it. It's just, why can't it ever be on my team?
Because your team's the Detroit Lions.
I know.
They get all these high draft picks, and then
we draft talent, and then we just
ruin it,
trade them away, or let them go,
or
just ruin their career. Sorry, Calvin.
You could almost say that about Matthew Stafford, but now he's on the verge of going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we never gave the send-off to Calvin Johnson. Hey, go win a Super Bowl.
You did.
You did your tenure with us. Go win a Super Bowl.
Well, that's just like back in 1998 with Barry Sanders. He wanted to leave, and they wouldn't let him.
No, it wasn't about that. He's done playing the game.
I heard he didn't want. I heard he wanted to leave, and the Lions wouldn't let him.
Well, he still had years on his contract.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So then he just chose to retire because he didn't want to play in Detroit anymore.
Can you blame him?
No.
Yeah.
No. I can't.
At least they were winning back then. Like, season, not playoff game. Anyway.
After we got a tirade about your Lions team.
Hey, we talk about enough on your team on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, where do you see this game playing out?
Like a score prediction?
Yeah, score prediction.
I'm going to go. Put me on the spot. I'm going to go with 38. 38-31. Kansas City.
Yeah, you just contradict yourselves the whole conversation. No,
I just said what they needed to do. I didn't say they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm actually going Cincinnati with this one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Bold.
24-27. Another field goal.
You know, I hope it plays out that way. 'Cause like I said, I'm rooting for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But, man.
Like you said during the
I think it's
college championship, I'm rooting for Georgia, but it got to go Alabama.
Yeah, yeah. But I
Deja
don't know.
vu.
I just think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be way higher scoring than that.
Yeah. I know. Obviously.
Obviously.
All right.
Go on, Joey B. Bring it home.
So now to the NFC.
Both of these games seem like mismatches on paper.
On paper.
On paper.
Because I actually got stats on this one fully.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do that first.
Yeah, get into it.
All right. So I got rankings per game for each team.
All right.
So total yards, 49ers are 8th on offense. Rams are 9th. Passing yards.
Total yards?
Total yards per game.
The 49ers rank higher in yards per game than the Rams?
Yep.
You're joking.
Nope.
Huh.
Passing yards, 49ers are 12th. Rams are 5th. Rushing yards, 49ers are 7th. Rams are 25th. Points per game, 49ers 13th. Rams 7th. Third down percentage, 14th for the Niners. 7th for the Rams.
Okay.
All right, so now we go on the defensive side of it. We got total yards that they give up. 49ers are 5th overall with 331. Rams are 17th with 366 yards.
Huh.
Passing yards, 49ers are 6th. Rams are 22nd.
Really?
Rushing yards, 49ers are 7th. Rams are 6th. Points per game given up, 49ers are 9th. Rams are 15th. Giving up third down percentages, 49ers are 17th. And the Rams are 21st.
Huh.
So, based on this, the Rams are not who we thought they were.
But they sure have looked that way.
Quoted Dennis Green. I don't know if you caught it.
I did.
Okay. And we let them off the hook.
Hopefully the Rams don't let these guys off the hook.
No, because they've had them on the hook twice.
Twice. And lost them both.
And, yeah. Oh, no. The first game was just 31-10.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. It was back in like week 5 or something. Week 5 or 10.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said earlier, you know, the 49ers have beat the Rams 6 straight times.
Yep.
But I'm not going that way.
You're not going that way?
Not this time. Nope.
Yeah, some streaks just got to end.
And I just think the Rams right now, they're playing really good football. They can't let off like they did against Tampa Bay. They cannot do that. If they do that again, then the 49ers are going to sneak up and bite them. Just like they did the Packers.
Absolutely.
But
if the 49ers perform like they did against the Packers, the Rams are going to just have a field day with them.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
but you're also going to have nice weather.
No, yeah, it's warm weather.
Warm weather. You're in a brand new stadium, so you're not even outside.
I mean, but Jimmy only threw the ball 15 times.
Which is probably the key to victory for San Francisco.
They didn't run the ball that much either.
Well,
they just didn't move the ball.
No, they didn't. That's true. But You don't want to get into a game where Jimmy Garoppolo has to throw the ball 35 times. That's not a game you want to get into. Because
unless you're the Rams.
Oh, unless you're the Rams.
Yeah.
Yes. Because if it becomes that type of game, you're in trouble. Because I would take Matt Stafford throwing the ball 35 times over Jimmy G throwing it 35 times 100% of the time.
Yeah. And Odell Beckham Jr., I got to talk about him. Everyone said he's out of his prime. He's washed up.
It's like he's been rejuvenated.
This proves scheme matters.
It's like he's been rejuvenated.
Yeah, because he was with the Giants. He was with Eli Manning. Eli Manning leaves, right? Retires.
Yep.
Then I think he was there for another year or whatever.
Was he there for the beginning of the
Daniel Jones?
Danny Dimes?
Yeah. I'm not sure, but then he went to We know he went to Cleveland.
Yep.
Didn't really do much there.
He's never had a really good quarterback.
No. Other than Eli.
Until now.
But now you see him, he's in an offense that complements his traits.
And he doesn't have to be the number one.
Right.
Which you would think with his ego wouldn't work well. But this is proven that he is not another Antonio Brown.
Ugh.
Had to drop it in there.
Yeah, I know. I was going to put him back in the show, but I decided I'm not going to waste my time talking about him.
Yeah, he's a piece of junk. But anyway, back to Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
No, it's been good to see because when he was in Cleveland, there was a lot of drama surrounding him.
Yeah.
A lot. But ever since he has...
Some were self-created.
Exactly. But ever since he's joined the Rams...
Yeah.
Like... It's almost like he's a different person. Like, he's grown up a little bit. And it's really rejuvenated his career. Like I said, he doesn't have to be... Like, he can be a number one, but he doesn't have to be. He's got somebody there to compliment him. Not all of the pressure is on him.
Yeah.
And can you imagine this offense next year when Robert Woods comes back?
Unbelievable.
They have a three-headed monster on that wide receiver.
I mean, it's about time another team did other than the Chiefs.
That's true. That's true as well. No, so I don't see this game playing out in the 49ers' favor.
No.
No. I'm just going to jump right into a score prediction.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go 35-21.
35-21.
Rams.
All right. Mine's 42-17. Rams.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you went even better than I thought.
Yep.
That shocked me.
They're definitely going to take care of business this time. They are not going to let the 49ers even think about they have a shot in this game. Stafford's going to come out slinging. Cooper Kupp's going to be streaking.
Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be making one-handed catches on the sidelines.
It's going to be almost a replica of the greatest show on turf. When the Rams were in St. Louis, you had Isaac Bruce, Kurt Warner,
Curtis Martin.
Yeah. It's going to look like that.
No, not Curtis Martin. Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, he just threw names in there.
I did.
Yeah. I can't remember the other one. There was Isaac Bruce.
Torrey
Holt. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's going to look like that. Another bold prediction, I guess, if you want to say. It's going to look awesome.
For the Rams.
If you're a Niners fan, so sorry.
Yeah.
Because
I have a bold prediction.
Okay.
Which, I mean...
Bold prediction.
With Cooper Kupp, I don't know if it's that bold.
Oh.
11 catches for 227 yards.
So 11, 227?
Yep.
How many touchdowns?
2.
All right. Gotcha. Has 6 touchdowns. He's getting 2.
Yep. Odell Beckham's going to have 2.
Good Lord. Matthew Stafford's going to be the MVP.
And Matt Stafford's going to run one in, and Cam Akers is going to have 1.
All right. How many fumbles is Cam Akers going to have?
1.5.
He better have 0. After those 2 fumbles, he better have 0. Yeah, just every day at practice, he's just holding that.
I bet they're hitting him with some shit.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Hold on to the ball. Bam!
Oh, you remember that gauntlet drill back in high school?
Oh, yeah.
Just everyone standing in a line, just
trying to, knock the ball out. Yep, that sucked.
good days. Good days.
The old days.
Going home, bruises all over your arms.
So there's our predictions for the championship round.
Yep.
So I obviously think it's going to be the Rams and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And you got the Rams and the Bengals. I hope it's the way you want it.
Yeah. I always go for the way it should be.
Well,
in my eyes. I don't go too logical. I mean, come on. I picked Georgia to win the national championship against Alabama.
you won.
I know. But who else did that? That's not a Georgia fan.
Probably not many.
Yeah. I don't know what my cat's doing right now. Just playing with my foot. I do have some college news
All right.
lined up.
I like college.
We haven't been doing a show a couple times, so these are going to be maybe a little old to you, the viewers, but we're going to say them anyway. The Big 12.
Yep.
Going to split into 2 7-team divisions in 2023.
I mean, it's probably smart.
And it's actually a rule. If you have more than 14 teams, you've got to split up in divisions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But they're only going to have 14 teams until 2025 because Texas and Oklahoma
leaving.
are going to the SEC. So,
Terrible decision for them too.
what are you thinking? Yeah, so assuming BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and USC join before the 2023 athletic year.
Is it UCF?
Yeah, it's UCF.
Okay, you said UFC.
Oh. Whatever.
Okay.
They would have 14 teams for 2 seasons before Texas and Oklahoma leave. After that, they would obviously lose, go back to 12.
Yep.
Would you see them keeping the divisions after that?
They should.
And having just 6 on each?
They should.
Because I don't know, do they start out with Texas and Oklahoma being opposite sides? Just so they don't have to switch another team's division, they just take those 2 out?
That'd be logical.
Yeah.
That'd be a logical play.
And then how do you think Cincinnati's going to do with a Big 12 schedule?
If they were playing in it this year, I think they'd have been fine.
Do you see them pulling recruits away from these other Big 12 schools?
If Luke Fickell stays, maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
Because now they're going to be competing with BYU, Houston, and UCF, all for those Big 12 recruits that everyone goes for.
they've been doing that, like recruiting against those guys. They've been doing that, and they've been winning those. So those other 3 teams, I'm not concerned about.
No, but then now they got to go against Oklahoma State.
Right. Now you got to recruit against Oklahoma State,
Colorado.
Baylor, Iowa State.
Yeah.
Teams that have, they've been good but not great.
Right.
So that would be the challenge for me, is to see them recruiting against those teams,
Yeah.
not the other 3 that they're coming in with, because I think they'll do better than the other 3 that they're coming in with.
Yeah.
If Luke Fickell stays at Cincinnati, then I could see them doing pretty decent on the recruiting trail. And they just hired Ohio State's ex-defensive coordinator, Kerry Combs, to be the defensive backs coach.
Right.
And he is a relentless recruiter. Relentless. Recruits love him. Love him. So I think they could bring in some really good recruits.
Okay. Next, Stetson Bennett returning to Georgia next year.
Chasing off
Yeah.
JT Daniels.
JT Daniels said, okay, I'm out. He's not riding the bench again.
For the second time in his career now. Left USC thinking he was going to come to Georgia and get the starting job.
And we know he's not going back to USC.
No, he ain't going back there.
No.
You want to know, on this college recruiting news, Caleb Williams still hasn't made a decision on where he's going.
Nope. You think he's waiting until National Signing Day? Sign with all these big names?
I don't know. Unless he's waiting to see what the end of the class looks like. But
Does he have a deadline?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But that shocks me that he hasn't made a decision yet. Because you would have thought if he was going to USC, he'd already announced it.
Yeah.
I
Although
still think
everyone else is saying it's USC.
Yeah, I still think that's where he's going to go.
Yeah.
But you would have thought, like, as soon as he entered the transfer portal, everybody instantaneously thought he's following Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm just a little shocked that he hasn't announced what he's doing yet.
Okay. Next, Travis Dye. Transferred out of Oregon
To USC.
and he's going to USC. Speaking of USC, they just got another great
Running back.
player in Travis Dye, who's already played 4 years in Oregon. He's going to be a grad transfer.
Oregon's leading rusher.
Yeah. He had over 1,200 yards.
But they also have, what's that guy's name? He ran all over Ohio State last year.
Love that guy.
I can't remember his name, but they got him coming back. So I wonder if he just felt like in order to be the guy, he had to go somewhere else.
Right. And then Georgia's wide receiver, Jermaine Burton.
Oh, this one shocks me.
Who he just played against is going back to Alabama.
Why would you leave the team that just beat the team that you're going to?
Yeah.
You just won a national championship with Georgia, and now you're going to transfer out of Georgia to go to Alabama.
Oh, because Nick Saban after the game walked up to Burton and was like, "We'd love to have you next year." Because we'll be back here. You won't.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, Georgia's losing a lot
of talent.
But so is Alabama.
Yeah, they restock better than Georgia does.
I mean, they do. And, I mean, can you really ride Stetson Bennett to a second championship game?
If Stetson Bennett had any shot of going pro if he wanted to, his name was just in the highlights, good highlights. Now, if this year turns out bad for him...
Georgia has so much talent there that, I still think they'll make it back to the SEC title game. But...
I don't know, what if he gets injured?
Who, Stetson Bennett?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's always a risk. But I still think they'll make it back to the SEC championship game because I think that division's weak.
Yeah.
But they have so much talent they can probably sleepwalk through the regular season for the most part. But like I said, I don't know if you can. I shouldn't say this because I said they couldn't do it with Stetson Bennett this year, and they obviously proved me wrong. But I don't know if you can ride Stetson Bennett's arm to another national championship.
Yeah, I agree. I don't get the decision. I understand JT's.
Oh, I get that one.
Yeah, I get that.
That one makes sense.
I'm
curious where he's going to end up.
Yeah, I hope he lands somewhere where he can shine like he deserves. Because when...
You want to know where he's going to go?
Where?
The Fighting Irish.
No.
Notre Dame.
No, we're good.
You think.
All right. And last but not least, Texas A&M actually lost one of their 5 stars.
Did they not give him enough money? Nope. Did I say that on camera?
The one that they just got a couple weeks ago, Harold Perkins, the number 4 linebacker.
I thought he was the number 4.
Or number 1 linebacker, number 4 overall.
Yeah.
But he's set to pick a school February 2nd.
That's
National Signing Day. And he has a meeting with LSU right before.
Really?
Yeah. He's got a visit set up with LSU. Brian Kelly. And his family. Yeah, right before National Signing Day. So I don't understand. Can he? Is that the reason he decommitted? So he can take the visit?
I mean, he can take the visit regardless.
Yeah.
That's just like Amari Abor for Ohio State.
Yeah, because it's just a verbal.
Right. Amari Abor said he was going to take visits. He hasn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't yet. But he said he was going to take visits when he committed at the All-American game. And during that broadcast said he was going to take visits to other schools after he committed to Ohio State. It's like, why would you commit if you're planning on taking other visits?
Who knows?
So, I mean, same could go for this guy in Texas A&M. Why commit unless something changed? I don't know what would change from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, when I read up on it, there was nothing up there. It just said he decommitted and taking other visits. And one that was noted was LSU right before National Signing Day.
All right, Ohio State, get on the phone. But
that's all I got. Do you have anything?
I don't think I have anything else. It's good to be back.
Yes.
Our families are now past this COVID thing that we all had going on. Like I said, or like we've said, we're best friends, so we hang out all the time. Our families hang out all the time. Yeah. And it just so happens that both of our households were hit by the COVID bullshit.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks or so. But luckily we're getting past that. And so it's going to be back on the show.
Yeah. And Caitlin filled in for you, like I said. And she would like to get Michaela down here, too, and have a little 4-person panel. And
good luck.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck.
Michaela, we need you.
She's preggo right now, so good luck with that one. But no, I think that's all I have for this episode.
All right.
Pretty much think we covered everything, and
well, let's wrap it up then.
Next episode, we'll go over
the championship
recaps.
Any other college football news? Any other big sporting news that might happen? Do us a favor. Make sure you click the subscribe button and like the channel. Click the bell so you get all the notifications when we post. And we will see you next time.